was her answer? Oh, we'll lock it down. Lock it down.
Yeah.
It's coming through the foundation.
Yeah. Let's put a padlock on it.
I couldn't believe it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's like, did we have one of those slide locks?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another review here at 3 Shades of Whatever. Today we're going to do episodes 3 and 4 of The Last of Us. Me and Jay both got sick, back to back. You know, as soon as I started feeling better, he comes down with it. It was a whole debacle, and we're behind now. So we're trying to catch up by the end of this week, coming up here. So we're gonna try to pipe it in together a little quick. We're gonna get back to the full reactions for episode 5, but we're just gonna review 3 and 4 today. What'd you think of episode 3 there, Jay? What'd you think of the whole Bill story arc?
Bill, let me tell you, it was not disappointing. I liked it because I love anything that tugs at the heartstrings. I'm a sensitive guy, but once we get a little deeper in the review, I'll kind of get deeper into what my thoughts on the Veer Off project was. But I thought altogether it was a good episode.
I did too, but all right. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to be the gamer. Since you didn't know it, I wanted to see what you thought of it. I remember you saying it during it that you were enjoying it, that it tugged on the heartstrings. And I get that. It just... They took away from what I wanted from Bill. And what I wanted from Bill was the banter between him and Ellie, the bitching back and forth while they're out there trying to get through these friggin' clicker hordes to get to the battery and have purpose in Bill's story. Like, I didn't really give a shit that they switched up how Frank goes out. You know what I mean? Instead of, like in the game, Frank leaves before you even show up. You show up and you just meet Bill. And Bill mentions Frank because I think Joel asked where Frank was and he said something about, whatever about him, he's gone. And after you get to the school to find the battery for the truck, which doesn't work out for you, you get into a house and you find Frank hanging. You also find a letter. Joel finds a letter that says, he got bit. He'd rather die there hanging than spend another 3 seconds with Bill. Basic gist of it. That's not the same thing, but whatever. And either way, I don't really care how he went out. But when they killed Bill, kill Bill.
Bill's last bullet put me in a coma. A coma I was to lie in for 4 years.
When they killed Bill, it really threw me off. I was like, he's fucking dead?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that, man. When they killed Bill, I was just getting to like this character, just getting to know him. Appreciating how badass he is, when he was getting started, doing his thing, A couple years go by, he's by himself, and he's just being Bill, right? And then whatever turn it took. But yeah, man, I definitely wanted to see some more of him.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I was getting excited to see how it went bad between Frank and Bill, because I like the whole idea of the backstory. I like seeing where it all went. Did we need a full hour of it? No. Because I was excited when I saw the episode started off at 1 hour and 20. I was like, bro, yes! We got a lot of it. We got a lot of them too.
Yeah.
We got 20 years worth of them too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I like the part I'm talking about too is like when you see Frank storming out of the house, Bill chasing him out.
I'll do everything else myself.
It is not
Bill,
a man.
If you say resource management, so help me, I will run through one of your tripwires.
I'm like, oh shit, here it goes. But now they're in the garden eating strawberries.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's different.
It was
It's
different.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But, that whole Romeo and Juliet, let's go out together shit, I didn't understand. Like, why couldn't we get another episode where we got to see Bill, like, in the beginning of the episode? Like, right when the army comes, they're taking everybody out of the town, he's in his closet with a gun. Now the whole town's his. Where's he go? He goes to Home Depot.
That was fast.
Cuts the gas back on at the power company. Right? Now he's got a friggin' blowtorch outside of his fence that's never ending. He's got a generator hooked up so he's got power. He's got eats like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Booze like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Living the life.
Yeah, the man can
A little
cook.
lonely, but whatever. He living the life.
Yeah, man can cook
Dude,
too.
right? Those plates, Michelin star shit, wiping the plate clean before he brings it out.
Yeah.
Setting up, using his pinky out with the wine. Let it breathe first, aerating that shit. Like, dude, he was living large. I wanted to see more of Survivalist Bill. And I wanted the fucking banter between him and Ellie. The way they bitched at each other was awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned
Awesome.
that about the game, yeah.
Anybody who hasn't seen that, I got episode 2 and 3 coming of me playing the game through. So if you are interested in seeing what happens with those stories, it'll be in there. So then, obviously, we get to the part where Frank gets sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a different turn. I didn't see that coming. The way time was passing, now Frank's in the wheelchair. You're like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Okay. Mm-hmm. We'll get you warmed up.
Yeah.
They're looking really old. This ain't the Bill I remember.
Yeah.
This ain't the Bill I remember.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
They took Bill's story arc out of it, bro. That's the part that I'm pissed about, okay? Me being a gamer, I normally don't give a shit about change. When change happens in a show from a game or a movie, if it warrants the story, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like the way they got rid of the spores and they added the vines.
Great addition.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally. 100% with
You know
the
what I'm
vines.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I like how it can signal people and all that shit. But,
Yeah.
like, the spores, if you think about this, things could be everywhere. They could be anywhere. You could be walking in your backyard, taking a spore to the nose, and freak
Yeah.
out.
You're done.
You're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, with this one, I think they killed Bill's story arc. I killed Bill. I did it again.
I've killed a hell of a lot of people to get to this point. But I have only one more.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because when they killed the story, and they ended it at this, at this episode and didn't go any further with him. Again, my thought process was they definitely could have veered off, at least like we said, one more episode. You know what I mean? Like it could have carried on with Ellie. Just a little more basis into maybe a relationship with Joel after Frank, and then he could see them off, like maybe. As we get into episode 4 and talk about that, you could see where that would maybe drive into that one, and it would just really, I don't know, put more foundation, more basis to the whole storyline.
Well, the way their relationship ends in the game, after Bill gets them the truck and they get away with it, they pull over and Bill's gonna go back to his town and he's like, "Are we square?" He's like, "We're square." He's like, "All right, stay the fuck out of my town."
Mm.
And he just leaves.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then we could have maybe seen Bill go back to the house, drink some of the wine, lay in bed and die next to him, or, go live in the house next door and farm there. I don't know, whatever different he does. But it could have ended differently. Maybe he dies saving them to help get the truck. I don't know. Something, I don't know. They wasted Bill in this. Like, the whole point in Bill was to get the truck to get out west. And they got to his house and they gave him a key.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, that's your truck." That was nothing. It was nothing. You know what I mean? And but I do got to say, I was talking to Greg about it, and his point was the letter that fucking Bill left for Joel kind of gave him the purpose, saying, we're the same kind of people, and we protect people and this kind of shit. So it gave Joel a different mindset. I get that. That does make sense to me.
Mm.
But I still stand by what I said. I would have rather seen more. Dude, tell me who out there wouldn't have wanted to see Bill and Joel out there together doing some shit for at least an episode.
100%. Yeah, at least one more. At least.
That's my only gripe with it. As far as it goes, still a solid episode. I would have wanted more of Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
But still a solid episode. It kept me engaged and kept me interested. Even though the story veered off, it wasn't what I wanted. So in that aspect, 4 out of 5 for me, since it knocked off. I'm taking a point away for getting rid of Bill too early. Yeah.
I'm going to go thumb up, thumb in the middle. Yeah.
Episode 4 now stayed pretty true to the fucking game. You start off, you got Bill and Ellie in the truck, right? And what kills me is Bill and Ellie, she whips out the magazine. What the hell? Why are these pages stuck? How do you walk around with these things? and Joel in the game, game and Joel in the show reacted the same way. And she's like, "I'm just fucking with you." The only difference in that scene there, the only difference is originally where Ellie found that magazine is she stole it from Bill.
Oh, really?
And then you got the tape that she gives him Same way that scene went down. The song is even played is the same. Awesome. Loved it. Goosebumps for that shit, honestly.
Yeah.
Then him, getting to the highway where he can't decide whether to backtrack this far, which would have been smarter, or just to go through the city. Does it the same way. Only difference there is when he pulls down and Ellie sees the guy.
Please help.
Are we gonna help him?
In the game, she's like, "Are we gonna help him?" And he says, "He ain't even hurt," and they drive through him. You know.
So they don't stop. I mean, is it the same action scene though? I mean, in the game where where they start shooting and all that.
Yeah. I mean, the people are shooting at him from up in the what the hell, fire escapes, and then they actually get hit by a truck or I think it's a bus comes down the street and hits them, and that makes them veer into the store. Where in the show they still crash into the store the same way. The whole scene's pretty much the same.
Yeah, still same backline, but.
Yeah, you got Joel picking people off from the spot, which was me doing that. That's right.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, but then, there was another scene where Ellie saves Joel in the game where he's climbing a ladder, he gets kicked in the face, knocked down, and his dude's trying to drown him in basically a puddle, but it was enough water to drown his ass. And Ellie ends up shooting the guy in the head. That's where they find out that she had a gun.
Oh, not in the back.
She picked up that guy's gun. No, she didn't shoot the guy in the back. No, she shot him in the head, killed him instantly. And Joel was pissed in the game. She's like, "Well, you're glad I did it right." He's like, "I'm glad I didn't get my head blown off by a goddamn kid."
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to go that route here.
Yeah, he gave her that fatherly look.
Totally, bro. Totally, really. So you've had this the whole time.
Disappointment.
Thank you, but we're going to have a talk later. One of those looks, right?
Yeah.
You find out later he was more upset about the fact that he wasn't able to be ready for that guy. And the guy got the better of him because of it. He says, his age, and he felt remorse for what she had to do because of the situation that he put her in, supposedly. Yeah. Which, in that world, anything can happen, dude. Come on. Mm-hmm. And of course, the guy laying on the ground all of a sudden wants to be friends after getting shot in the back and paralyzed from the waist down. "We're good now. We can trade. Go get my mom."
Yeah. Let's be friends.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You were just trying to choke me out, dog. You're like for dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you're in that situation, I don't know. I've never been, but I don't know. I think I'd want to go. If I'm already paralyzed, do I want to try in that world? Yeah.
Dude, all you're gonna end up being is an army crawling clicker.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's even creepier. Thinking about that. Imagine that son of a bitch crawling at you real fast.
Well, he'd probably get the use of his legs back.
Thought I heard a clicker behind me and shit. Yeah, I wonder.
Doing the army crawl,
No, thank you.
Good.
No, thank you.
No.
That's some Exorcist-looking shit. Freaky shit, bro.
No,
but I do love that they gave. I love that they gave the militia a backstory. You got Rose rising to the occasion. Bars.
Yeah.
Rose from 2.5 Men. If for anybody that didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Badass in that show.
Total badass. And I don't know if you know this, but the guy that was with the beard, the gray beard that was with her, and I think he had slicked hair, he was the voice of Tommy in the game.
Okay, get out.
Yeah, I really think that they did that. They're adding people from the game into the show, the way they had Marlene, and she actually played her own character, but then having Tommy here, you can totally hear his voice too, man. I'm listening, I'm like, oh shit, that is him.
That's a nice touch.
They did that.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. So, you got them looking, basically thinking that Henry is causing all this chaos, when it's Joel and Ellie, actually. So the reason Kansas City gets taken over by the militia that we find out with the backstory is they were terrible to the people, killing, not giving fucking medicine, not giving food, all that shit. So the people rose up, took it over, and now they're rolling it pretty much the same way, it seems. So we get that part of the story, understanding that Henry ratted on her brother, which got her brother killed. And she's pissed about it, so she rose up and took over and, brought everybody together. Now they're looking for Henry in the city. And they come across his attic space, right? Not that big a deal what I'm talking about right now. The grander scheme of things is when, we'll call him Tommy for lack of a better name, takes her down to the basement and we see the floor rising up and glowing and shit. And she
don't know what
says,
that's all about, dude.
where your priorities, basically, that, whatever the hell that is my priority. We got fucking
Hello!
Zool, we got Zool and Gozer coming out of the fucking ground here, and you want me to worry about a dude who snitched on your brother? I'm worried about the undead coming from the ground.
Did you see that? Do you see that?
It's moving. The concrete
right
foundation is moving.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
making
that's priorities.
sounds. Do we have dynamite? Did Fedra leave a tank? Let's level the fucking building and hope that Henry's in it.
Move to the next. That's it. No.
What can you do? What can you
Level
do?
it. Level it.
So we get past that. And now we got Joel and Ellie having their moment where he's apologizing to her for having to shoot the guy and all that. A nice little touching moment where he finally gives her the gun.
Your thumb. Over your thumb. Left hand. Squeezes down on the right. Look at.
They're cramming a lot of stuff together, but it makes sense for the flow of the show. They decide to go into that high-rise building and goes as many floors as they could. 33 out of 44 ain't bad for a 50-some-year-old, 56-year-old.
Come on.
Give me a minute.
Get up, you lazy ass.
I understand his pain. My knees ain't that bad yet, and I'm not that old yet, but I get it. They get into the room. Now, here's a question for you. If you have an office with couches, why wouldn't you leave the cushions on the couches?
I would.
I mean, did you ever try laying couch cushions on the floor?
Yes,
laying on
I have.
it?
Yes.
It doesn't
They
work?
come apart. No, they don't.
They separate instantly.
Instant.
Instantly. Unless you have like a sheet to wrap around them and hold the shit together. I didn't see no sheets.
No sheet.
You know what I mean? And so now you got your feet in the air and your back arched up and your head and your butt on the ground.
And you're in the middle of the room.
Not a good comfortable position.
You're in the middle of, put yourself up against the wall.
I want to be up against the wall. More glass space. More space for them to step on glass. But because obviously they made it through it anyway. Because what do they wake up to? Guns in their face.
Yeah, I like the part before,
But,
you know, when they kind of, their relationship started to come together, you know, when they started, you saw a different side of Joel. You know what I mean? That's where it's like, okay, you know, you think he's a dick for a little while, like, wow, what an asshole, you know what I mean? Like, she's just a girl. But then, you know, you see him kind of letting her in a sense, you know what I mean? His walls are coming down.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit of a hardened dick.
Yeah.
Pause. But you know what I mean? He's been hardened over the years.
Yeah.
And over the shit he's seen and went through. I mean, the shit with my daughter, I would have been no different, dude. The rest of my life, I'd have been an old-ass curmudgeon. Fuck everybody.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
You know, and now I have this little girl that I have to take care of again that's bringing up all these old emotions and shit. That would it's either going to make you shut down or be a complete dick.
Well,
and I get it.
Plus the trust factor, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's there yet or he's getting there. You know what I mean? It's only, you got to take a look at how much time it's been. It hasn't been that long, you know?
I mean, poop jokes are easy to break barriers.
Yeah. All day, I'll laugh. No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, you make a good poop joke or a fart joke, I'm done. It's gotta be clever. Yeah. Did you tear jeans?
That is so goddamn stupid.
You laughed, motherfucker.
I didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, as a whole, fantastic episode. 5 out of 5 again.
I'm going to have to go and agree with you on that number. That's a definitely generous number, but it's also equal to how awesome it's been. You know what I mean? Like, we've talked about how, you know, they kind of pull you back into storylines back and forth. You're going forward, then you're going back. And I'll tell you what, every single time it's like, man, I need to see another one, man. This is just, it's got you right at the edge of your seat. I want more. I think it's amazing.
Absolutely, I agree. And episode 5, like I said, we're going to do a full reaction, so you're going to get to see how we see it, how, you know, from then on. As far as it goes, though, loving the show. Can't get enough of it, man. I really can't. I want more as soon as possible. Salivating. So
Yeah.
let's get on episode 5 as soon as we can, and we'll be back.
All right.
And when I arrive at my destination,